pretty neat to see. Everyone's done really good.
Sheldon's the place to be.
Well, it's a good training ground as far as opportunity and just all these things. And everyone here's done a great job and a good bond and got careers. And yeah, it's just that's fun to watch. So I'm excited to see what happens with you.
I'm excited too.
You are,
yeah, don't be the first discipline.
Oh my God.
Yeah, freshen up, buddy.
You'll be fine, man.
You'll do great. There's a good market for it, I think.
Hello and welcome into Sheldon High School, the site of this Oregon High School basketball 6A matchup between the Sheldon Irish and the visiting Willamette Wolverines. Thanks for joining us here inside Carolyn Rayborn Gymnasium. My name is Mark Randy. Joining me here inside the gym is Jonathan Rifkin. Also, thanks to Jason Humphrey, our cameraman for tonight's game. Should be a fun one. A couple of Southwest Conference foes doing battle here on a Tuesday evening. Sheldon coming in 11-3, 3-0 in SWC. Play the number 5 team per the OSAA poll. Willamette, not as good of a season. They're at 6-8, 1-2 in conference, number 35 in the polls. And Sheldon coming off of their best win of the year by a wide margin.
Yeah, when you look at that game against South Medford and you say, wow, they beat South Medford. Not only is that a feat on itself, but that makes this team legit. A lot of people were thinking, well, Sheldon Irish, they're always pretty good in the SWC, but that win convinced a lot of people that they are now probably the SWC contender. Therefore, when they play these games, it's almost expected that they're going to have the momentum and come away with a win.
Yeah, the game we're talking about on the road at South Medford back last Friday. It was a 52-46 win. That snapped 92 straight wins for South Medford in Southwest Conference. But you think back to last year for Sheldon, they only had 2 losses in the SWC, and they were both to South Medford. The last time before Friday, South Medford lost in conference play back in February of 2010, almost 8 entire years ago. An incredible win for Sheldon. What they got to avoid here tonight is a letdown versus Willamette.
And that's what you have to, the mindset, if you're Sheldon, you have to understand that, look, yes, we had a phenomenal game on Friday against South Medford, but today is a new day against a new team that brings new challenges. The same challenges you faced that you overcame against South Medford may not be the same challenges that you face tonight against Willamette. So you have to come in, forget about what happened on Friday, because there are such things as trap games. The last thing that you want to do is have tonight be a trap game where the Wolverines walk away with an upset.
Yeah, Willamette, you look at their resume so far. I mentioned 6-8, 1-2 in conference. They have the worst point per game differential in the Southwest Conference, the worst offense, the second worst defense. Challenges are stacked against them. This is a team that was playing for state titles a number of years ago with Lexi Bando leading this program. Looking to get back to those kind of heights. They can start here with a big win on the road versus Sheldon.
Yeah, it's a big deal because Sheldon has all the momentum. Like I said, if they could take one against Sheldon, the other SWC competition will be sitting there saying, you know what, this team is beatable, because right now being 3-0, number 5 in the OSA, coming off a big win against one of the top teams in South Medford. Sheldon right now is sitting very, very well in the SWC. A Willamette win could change the landscape of how the SWC plays out for the rest of the season.
Willamette, they're coming off of their first win in conference play back on Friday. It was a low-scoring 2-point win, 31-29 versus Roseburg. Before that, a loss at Grants Pass by 22 points. And then before that, or right after that, pardon me, on the road at South Medford, right where Sheldon just was, 81-36 loss. So by the transitive property, this should be an easy win for Sheldon. Of course, it doesn't always work that way.
Right, semantics kind of play a part in it, because then you could say, well, if they lost to them, then that means that they lose to them and they beat them. So, look, like I said, today's a brand. Everybody uses that to rationalize their team winning before a game or losing before a game, the ability to win. But, like I said earlier, today is a new day. It's against a new team. The same challenges that you faced in your last game may not be the same challenges you face today. So at the end of the day, when you walk onto the court tonight, you're facing a brand new team you have to understand, again, for both these teams, that there's a possibility that you do lose. There's a possibility that you do win. And the road to getting there is through resilience and intuition. You have to play as a team. And for Willamette, that speaks more volumes than for Sheldon, because I think the team chemistry for Sheldon is a top-notch right now.
Getting set here for tip-off. We'll take a break, listen to the national anthem performed here by the Sheldon Pep Band, and we'll have tip-off and the lineups for you right after this. You're listening to Sheldon Basketball right here on SheldonAthletics.com. And a beautiful rendition of our nation's song performed by the Sheldon Band right in front of us here inside Carolyn Rayborn Gymnasium. Just moments away from tip-off between the host Sheldon and the visitors Willamette here from Lane County. Let's go over the lineups here first for the Willamette Wolverines, as announced by third-year head coach Danielle Belondo, a graduate of this high school, Willamette. She graduated in 2007. 3 years on the varsity basketball team. She was a two-time first-team All-State player, including a 5A Player of the Year in 2007. Led her team to a state championship. She's also a McDonald's All-American nominee. She played basketball at Western Oregon and averaged over 7 points per game as a senior. Her lineup looks like this. Starting at one of the guard spots is a 5'6" junior, Jordan Morris. Alongside her, a 5'5" senior guard, Lexi Sendrijas. Also at a guard spot, a three-guard look here for Willamette. A 5'5" junior, Nora Jackson. 5'7" sophomore, Mackenzie Crawford. And a 5'6" wing, Taylor Smith. It's a small lineup here for Willamette, and they're going up against some height of Sheldon. That's going to be a challenge here for the Wolverines.
It's going to be interesting to see if they play the perimeter more than try to penetrate the paint, and maybe that's the game plan for them. Come in, you look at the players that they have. They have some three-point shooters in Crawford and in Smith and in Morris. So if they can play the perimeter, get those shots off, and maybe take an early lead based solely off the three-point shot, that's going to force Sheldon to get out of the paint, which will open up a brand-new ball game for Willamette.
And perhaps something that does help Willamette with that smaller, quicker lineup is getting the ball across half court. Sheldon, they press nearly every single possession. Teams generally have trouble with that. Maybe the guard-heavy lineup will help Willamette get the ball across half court and avoid some turnovers. Now time for the Sheldon lineup, as announced by eighth-year head coach Brian Brancato. 146-50 is his record in his 8 years here at Sheldon. They've won 3 league titles. They've won 8 postseason games in his first 7+ season. Starting lineup here for Sheldon, starting at a guard spot, the 5'9" sophomore Alyssa Mirabile. Also at a guard, the 5'6" junior guard Fallon Hansen. A third guard spot here for the Irish, the 5'8" senior Macy Rainin. And then the post spots here for the Irish, the 5'11" junior Cammie Walk, and the 6'1" senior Amber Winkler. Sheldon, they have the 3 tallest players on the floor in these starting lineups. And Cammie Walk plays taller than her size as well. That's going to be a huge matchup for Sheldon. They're going to dominate the boards, or at least look to here in this one.
I think they will. You look at everybody in their lineup. There is nobody that really matches up with some of the bigger girls on the Sheldon team. Amber Winkler at 6'1", Macy Rainin at 5'8". They have nobody, Willamette that is, in the starting lineup that's over 5'7", so it's going to be interesting to see if they double team some of the post players, or if they just go man to man, and what Sheldon's response will be to the lack of height that Willamette has.
The 5'6" Jordan Morris versus the 6'1" Winkler is the tip, and it's controlled by the Irish. And an easy layup for Macy Rainen, but it rattles out. Rebound goes to Jordan Morris of Willamette. Willamette catches an opportunity there, a break as that layup misses by Macy Rainen. Now the Wolverines going the other way. Left side is Lexi Sendrijas. Passed it into the corner. A drive there for Willamette. The shot is off the backboard. That time by Crawford. It goes out of bounds. Who's it off of? And it goes off of Nora Jackson. It'll be Sheldon basketball.
Yeah, Sheldon had a perfect opportunity off of the tip to get 2 early points. But unfortunately, I think they were going a little bit too quickly for their own good. And ball rattled out.
Mirabile across half court. Finds Winkler on the right wing. Now to Fallon Hansen. Pass down low to Walk. Now a skip pass into the corner. Driving baseline. Mirabile down low. The pass goes to Walk. She's fouled on the catch. It'll be on the ground. No free throws here, I don't believe, for Cammie Walk. She's setting up the free throw line, and they are going to call it. Actually, a shooting foul. It goes against Mackenzie Crawford, her first personal, and it'll be 2 free throws.
That's a little too physical down low. Tried stripping her, probably got a little bit of the wrist.
Cammie Walk's first free throw short as it hits off front iron and back down to the floor. She must have been going up in one motion there on the catch. Very bang-bang play. Second free throw here for Cammie Walk. And we have a score. 1-0 Sheldon out in front. Now here's the full court press for Sheldon. Inbounding the ball is Smith. Throws it and it's knocked out of bounds off Mirabile and the Irish. So Willamette controls. They keep possession. And now it'll be Sendrijas to inbound.
Willamette may need a 4th person down to help.
Now the ball thrown away, but it caroms into the hands of a Willamette team member. That's Nora Jackson. She finds Sendrijas, and now brings this one across half court. Far side, into the corner to the pass goes. It's caught there by Smith. Thrown to the right wing, but it goes out of bounds off Amber Winkler. And it stays Willamette basketball.
Willamette played that well. They played it into the corner where Smith was. She was wide open, but unfortunately just a mishandle on the passing attempt.
Sendrijas to inbound. It goes into the right corner to the Taylor. Smith picks up her dribble, looks for an inbound pass, has nowhere to go. Finds some help there from Jordan Morris, who now drives baseline. Back out right wing. Smith spins out of a double team. Now brings it back to the top of the key. Sheldon playing man-to-man defense. Now right wing. Morris into the corner. Sendrijas picked up by Hansen. Drive left side into the paint. Left-handed layup is up and good. A nice move from Lexi Sendrijas. And the Wolverines in front 2-1. Now inbound down low it goes for the Irish. Back out top of the key. Winkler dribbles in. Now back to Mirabile. Drives behind the back dribble. Spin move into the corner. Rainen drives baseline. Loses the ball out of bounds, but it's tipped away by Morris. And it stays Sheldon ball.
Willamette's doing a good job, forcing the ball along the perimeter. So far, Sheldon not able to penetrate in the last 3 possessions. That's why they've come up with no points.
Mirabile to inbound, looking for Walk under the basket, but it's an overthrow. It goes out of bounds over everyone. And it's a Willamette basketball now for the turnover for Sheldon. Still 2-1 our score, about a minute and a half into this first quarter. No press here from Sheldon, but Sendrijas picked up at half court by Macy Rainen. Now on the right wing, driving is Crawford, kicks out into the corner to Smith. Now inside to Morris, her layup is blocked that time by the Irish. Now Mirabile the other way down the middle part of the floor into the corner. Rainen loses the ball, picks it back up, spins away from trouble. Step back to the 3-point line, and she resets up the offense here. Back to Mirabile, right wing. Hands it off to Hansen, a screen from Walk. Now top of the key, Winkler down low to Walk, one dribble, layup is up and good. A nice, powerful move there for Cammie Walk. She has all of Sheldon's points. It's 3-2 Irish. Now the other way goes Willamette. Pass in the corner is knocked away. No. It goes off of Willamette. The Wolverines can't believe it. It's ruled a turnover. Sheldon basketball.
I want to go back to the last play real quick for Sheldon. They do such a good job moving off of the ball. Everybody's not standing around. They're all backdoor cutting, setting off ball screens, and it's leaving the lanes wide open for Sheldon to find somebody open.
Left side, Macy Rainen, a wide open 3-pointer, and it's pure. Straight through for Macy Rainen. Sheldon, a mini 5-0 run. They have a 6-2 lead. No press again. Sendrijas brings it across half court. Crossover dribble into the corner. A 3-pointer for Jordan Morris. A high arcing 3. It's strong. Rebound tipped. Taken by Mirabile and the Irish. Out of the pack. Mirabile across half court. Left side. Winkler on the wing. Passes to Walk. Couple dribbles on the post, back to Winkler, but it's thrown away. Now Hansen in the corner, drives in, right-handed layup, rims out, rebound tipped, taken by Winkler. Back into the corner, Rainen, jab step, skip pass, corner, right wing, three-pointer for Hansen is off. Rebound goes to Morris and Willamette. The ball nearly thrown away, taken by Sendrijas. Back to Morris now across half court. Now into the right corner it goes to Taylor Smith. She drives, baseline, kicks it back out. Sendrijas on the right wing. A bit of a jab step, finds a cutting Crawford. Layup high off the glass and in over the 6'1" Amber Winkler. A nice finish from Crawford.
Floating points or the ball up over the bigger defenders. One way to find points on the board. Great job by Willamette forcing that ball into the hoop.
Now Rain on the left wing. Down in the post, a Cammie Walk loses the ball. Recovers it, flips it up and in somehow. Her headband down around her neck. Makes a nice finish. Sheldon in front, 8-4 timeout called by Belando, the head coach of Willamette. Sheldon, we've seen their size down low beginning to show here in this early first quarter. That's why they have a 4-point lead.
Yeah, when you get the ball at the top of the paint and you move it around, you're looking to see where the defense is inside the key. If they're not blocking the lane, which is exactly where Sheldon's been going the last couple possessions, then they're going to be able to find some points along the blocks, and that's what they've done. They've been running the ball along the perimeter, through the paint, and then eventually into the hoop. And that has to be your game plan, because I don't think Willamette has anybody that can match up against the bigs that the Irish have. And overall, it's very hard to contend with a team that does have a better tenacity down low.
It's a 30-second timeout, ready for action, resuming here at Sheldon High School. Inbounding it is Smith, finds Sendrijas, double team, comes, ball thrown away into the hands of Mirabile. In one motion, a layup up and good. 10-4 the score, Sheldon in front.
Nice assist from Sendrijas there.
Now Morris across half court, crossover dribble, kicks it back out. Sendrijas, left wing three-pointer is strong. Rebound goes out of bounds off of Sendrijas, and it'll be Sheldon basketball. It looked like it was tipped off Mirabile, but it already hit out of bounds before it hit off her, so it's Sheldon basketball. No press here from Willamette, as Sheldon brings it across half court easily. It's Mirabile on the top of the key. Calls for some help from Hansen, gets it. On the right wing, a screen from Cammie Walk. Hansen now left side to Winkler into the corner. Mirabile thought about a jumper. Takes a screen now from Winkler. Back to the top of the key. Walk inbound to Winkler. A fire of a pass into Winkler. She puts it up. No good but a foul. When she go to the line here for a couple free throws. That was a fastball from Cammie Walk down low to Amber Winkler.
Yeah, her hand was probably hurting after catching it, so she couldn't make the layup on the follow-through. But, wow, like you were saying, just zoned in there. And even though she didn't make the layup, resilience to figure out where she was inside the paint, have that court awareness to go up, get fouled, and now possibly make the two free throws.
That foul is on Jordan Morris, her first, team's second foul. Sheldon, no team fouls so far in this first quarter, as the first free throw rattles in for Amber Winkler. She has her first point of this one. 5 points for Cammie Walk, couple for Mirabile, 3 for Rainen. Substitute here for Willamette, checking in for Nora Jackson is Maggie Pickering. Her first action tonight. Second free throw for Winkler is short. Offensive board to Walk. Goes back up. No good, but another foul. And she'll go to the line for 2. Willamette had the inside position, but Walk, just bigger and stronger, went over the top and got it.
Yeah, that's the problem, is that when you have someone on the inside position that's about 4 inches taller than the person that she has to box out, it's going to be a lot harder for her to get the rebound on those short misses off the rim.
And that foul is on Crawford, her second, as the first free throw is perfect for Cammie Walk. 6 points to lead all scorers. And Crawford goes over to chat with their head coach, Danielle Belando, and says, I don't know what to do in that situation. As you're talking about, there's really not much you can do. Second free throw for Cammie Walk is strong, and the offensive board, no, tipped away, taken by Willamette. Good team rebounding there from the Wolverines. Crawford bringing this one up across the timeline, and now she does. Guarded by Mirabile of the Irish. Crawford probing, picks up her dribble, looks for some help. Gets a backdoor cut to Smith. Underneath, pass goes to Morris, knocked away, recovers it. Now back in the corner, Smith. Top of the key, Sendrijas, guarded there by Hansen of the Irish. Now pass goes to Pickering, left wing. Inside to Jordan Morris, spin move, right-handed layup high off the glass, but no good. Rebound tipped around, taken by Smith. Thought about a jumper, but passes it back down to the top of the key to Crawford. Now right wing Sendrijas again. Smith thought about a straight on 3, but instead passes over to the right side. The ball taken away by Rainen. Down the floor, no one's home. Right-hand layup is up and good.
It's too easy. You can't telegraph passes, especially when you have someone running in the lanes like that. That's easy, 2 points for Sheldon.
10-point lead, 14-4 for the Irish. Willamette facing some trouble here, and they throw it away again. Rain with the steal, left-handed layup, rims out, rebound goes to Willamette. And now they break this one across half court. Right wing, Crawford, crossover dribble, looks to pass, finds some help in the form of Smith, top of the key. Now left side sends Rihas. Missed three earlier, now she drives into the paint, kicks out to the corner of Smith, a deep two, and it rattles in. A nice shot there from Taylor Smith, a much-needed bucket, 14-6, Sheldon in front. Rain in the left corner, skip pass, right corner now it goes to Hanson, drives in, right-handed shot, somehow falls. A nice shot there for Fallon Hanson, her first 2 points. She averages about 15 per game, and back to a 10-point lead. Now on the right wing, Pickering loses the ball, pickpocket again, Macy Rain in her third steal in about a minute's time. Now she gets it taken away by Sendrijas. Going the other way is Willamette, down the right side of the floor, Smith pulls it back out. Double team comes, and she gives this one away to Morris. Top of the key, a backdoor cut. It goes to Crawford. Layup is up and good, and the foul on Winkler. A nice recovery there from Willamette. A much-needed bucket again, and they're back within 8.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a late rotation on there by Winkler. She saw that there was a cut by Crawford, but got there a little bit late, tried contesting the shot, instead hit her on the wrist, sufficing the and one.
Some subs here for the Irish. Michaela Skurlock checks in, along with Caitlin Fouts and Emma Newman. Walk, Mirabile, and Winkler check out for Sheldon. Still in, Rainin and Hanson. Here's the and one free throw from Mackenzie Crawford, and it rattles out. Rebound goes to Caitlin Fouts of the Irish. Now Hanson across the timeline, right wing to Skurlock. Ball inbounded, down low to Newman, turns, fires. It's short, rebound fought for a whistle. It's tied up. Jump ball, and the possession arrow points the way of Willamette. So a good job working down low to take that rebound away from Newman, the taller player, and Willamette gets the ball back.
Yeah, when you fight, the one who wants it more is going to be the one who gets it, and right there Willamette showed that they're not down and out, only down by 8 so far.
Full court pressure here from the Irish. Couple of Wolverines playing catch. That's Pickering and Crawford. Now back to Pickering, taken away by Fallon Hanson. Bounce pass, Skurlock, easy layup, rattles in. Another turnover for Willamette. It's their 6th. Now they go the other way again. They break the press, but the ball thrown away up the floor, taken away by Emma Newman. Now Skurlock going the other way, down the right side of the floor, into the corner, Hanson, a head fake, back into the corner, but it's taken away now by Pickering and Willamette. Turnovers all over the place here in this one. Morris, right wing for Willamette, drives into the paint, loses the ball, but a whistle, and she is down as that ball is hit out of bounds off the Irish, but it is a foul. She gets back up. She's all right. It's a foul on the Irish, their second team foul. And then this one goes against Caitlin Fouts, her first.
Good double team. Just, I think, got her foot just out in front of Morris and tripped her up.
Ball inbounded here. A wild shot attempt from Crawford. It's an air ball. The offensive board, though, goes to Pickering. Now back to Sendrijas. 25 seconds left, an 18-8 lead for Sheldon in the first quarter. Sendrijas now back to the top of the key. Passes over to the right wing to Taylor Smith. Loses the ball, taken by Skurlock. Turnover number 8 for Willamette. Skurlock down to 10 seconds left. Into the corner. Newman back up top. Hanson, a deep three-pointer right wing is way short. Rebound goes to Fouts. Back to Hanson. Drives it at 3. Down low to Newman. And the layup beats the buzzer. And that'll do it for the first quarter of action. A nice pass there from Fallon Hanson. Finds some help in Emma Newman. Her first 2 points of this game. And through one, it's a 12-point lead for the Sheldon Irish.
Yeah, Sheldon going on a bit of a run there. Willamette got off to an early lead, 2-1 with 7:02 to go in that first quarter. But, I mean, Sheldon showed that if you have height and if you have overall athleticism, at the end of the day, you're going to be the better team. And right now they're showing that they are the better team in this game. It's really hard for Willamette to stay with them, either it being on the offensive end where they're passing it down low or it being along the perimeter when Willamette has the ball. There's just so much pressure. Sheldon's in the passing lanes. They're double-teaming Smith in the corner. They're down low every single time. Even if they're drawing fouls, there's still a presence down low. They're everywhere where the ball is, and it's very hard for Willamette to get any sort of flow going on offense.
Willamette, 8 points, 8 turnovers. That is a bad ratio. It's not one that you can win with, and it's one that Sheldon has really forced all season long. They do allow a decent amount of points at about 48 per game, which is 5th best in the SWC. but they forced turnovers like none other, and that was the case in the first quarter as well.
And they only average 40 points a game, and when you average a few points like that, or a few points like that, against a team that's giving up just as much, it's going to be really hard for your offense to find any buckets.
Second quarter underway. Now Skurlock on the right wing for the Irish, looking to go on the left basket here. Pass goes inside to Newman. A nice catch, turns, fires up, no good, but a foul. And she'll head to the line for a couple of shots. That was a tough catch down low for Newman. It was fired in, that time by Walk. Nice grab, turns and fires. Cannot get to the drop, but the foul here goes on Morris, her second, and 2 free throws for the Irish.
Newman did a good job using her 6-foot frame to be able to contain that ball.
Her first free throw is perfect. She has her 3rd point in this one. She had that layup to beat the buzzer to close out the first quarter. 21-8 Sheldon, just underway here, quarter number 2. Newman's second free throw was a bit strong. Rebound taken by Willamette. That time was Maggie Pickering, the freshman. The nice board. Across half court is Mackenzie Crawford, the leading scorer for Willamette, with 4 points in that first quarter. Now on the right wing, it's Taylor Smith. Picks up her dribble. Skip pass back to Pickering at the top of the key. Looks for some help. Dribbles out of it now into the paint. Loses her dribble. Hands it off to the right side. But a foul was called on the drive. Goes against Sheldon.
Off-ball foul right there. I think that it's a little bit of too much aggression on that right baseline, drawing that foul.
It goes against Winkler, her second personal. Sends Rehas to inbound here for Willamette. Finds Pickering in the corner. Passes it over the top of the ball knocked away, taken by Mirable and the Irish. Turnover number 9 for Willamette. Down the floor, Mirable behind the back dribble. Drives baseline underneath the Winkler. An easy 5-foot jumper is perfect. Winkler's first bucket. She has 3 points to go with the free throw, and it's 23-8 Sheldon.
Wow, Mirable moves that ball so well, able to keep it away from the defense with a little behind the back shimmy, and then find her tall postman inside.
Nearly another turnover. The ball thrown away, but it's recovered by Pickering and Willamette. It's Smith, right wing, finds Rehas at the top of the key, guarded by Skurlock. Now it goes to Morris. Drives into the paint, into the corner. Faking out on the 3 was Crawford. Drives a jumper from 15 feet out as an air ball, way strong, but it's taken away by Willamette. Another turnover for Sheldon. The 3-pointer for Morris is no good. A rebound goes to the Irish. Now Skurlock, right wing, drives into the paint. Left-handed layup is up, good, and the foul. Sheldon getting out in transition, making it look oh so easy. 25-8, and a free throw coming.
They're controlling the pace of play, and when you control the pace of play, more often than not, things are going to go your way, which is why the reason it rhymes with Willamette. Again, no offensive flow. Sheldon just everywhere on defense.
That foul, on Rehas, her first 3-point play completed by Michaela Skurlock. And the Irish now in front 26-8. Nearly on the turnover, but instead a jump ball as the inbound goes into the corner to Crawford. And the possession arrow again points the way of Willamette after the second quarter. Move the possession arrow. No press here from the Irish as Morris brings it across half court. Guarded by Mirable, about 30 feet from the basket. As he set up the offense. Now over to the left side, Rehas for Willamette. Right back to Morris, the top of the key. No dribbles, passes it over to the right wing. Now a skip pass into the corner, Rehas makes a grab, a jumper. A running jumper from 15 feet out is no good. Rebound, Newman down the floor, walk, a 1-on-2, goes up and is fouled. That is foul number 3 now on Jordan Morris, and she likely will be subbed out here. 2 more free throws coming for Michaela Skurlock.
Sheldon's in at least the bonus the rest of the way, which means every foul from here on out will be at least 1 free throw. More opportunities for free points for them.
First free throw from Michaela Skurlock as well. Short hits off the front iron and back to the floor. Checking in for Jordan Morris is Nora Jackson after she had a large run in that first quarter. 26-8 the score, 5:46 left in the first half. Skurlock's second free throw is short as well. Offensive board to Winkler, dribbles out of the pressure and finds Skurlock, who now drives right back in. Layup off the glass and good. Skurlock says, I missed those 2 free throws, but I'm going to get me those 2 points right back.
I think she missed them on purpose to show you what she has, shimming it down low on that right block. Beautiful move.
Now Willamette going the other way. A half-court pickup here by Mirable. A nice spin move by Crawford. Finds some help in Smith, right wing. Now Now to send Rehas back into the corner, Pickering for Willamette. Now on the right side, it goes to Nora Jackson. Immediately passes over to Send Rehas, top of the key. 28-8 Sheldon, 5 minutes, 10 seconds to go in this first half. Now at the elbow, it's picked up by Crawford. Layup is rejected by Mirabile. Guard-on-guard crime there from Mirabile. Knocks it out of bounds. It stays Willamette basketball.
And watch Sheldon's defense. It almost looks like they're playing a hybrid 2-3 zone where they're all rotating depending on where the players are on the court for Willamette.
Now sends Rios in. Gets it right back in the corner. Three-pointer is rejected by Amber Winkler. The 6'1" senior says, get out of here, and knocks it out of bounds.
Sendrias is about 6 inches too short to be able to shoot it over Winkler like that.
Now Sendrijas here to inbound, has nowhere to go, finds an escape valve there in Crawford back near half court. Double team comes, she splits it into the paint, into the corner. Now the pass goes, a three-pointer for Taylor Smith, and it's perfect. First three-pointer of the game for Willamette, and they're back within 17. Now Rainin, left side, Sheldon working quickly here on offense. Hansen left side, drives out to the pump fake, layup the left hand, up and good off the glass. I'm just going to keep calling it.
Okay. I'll try to troubleshoot.
Oh, there we go. Sorry for technical difficulties back here at Sheldon High School. Sends Rehas down in the paint. Layup is up off the glass. No good. Rebound goes to Cami Walk, leading the break herself. Up the floor. Skurlock layup up and good. Wow, this Sheldon offense working to perfection in transition. Another bucket. It's 32-11. And now a foul called on Sheldon as they press Willamette. But what a pass from Walk, and what a layup in transition from Michaela Skurlock.
Yeah, when you see two teammates who have great chemistry, it is amazing to watch. Every Sheldon player seems to know exactly how to find one another, depending whether it be in transition, whether it be on the defensive end like that in that trap. But they are just doing such a good job finding the open player, and even when they're not open, finding a way to get the ball in the hoop.
Now Willamette going the other way. On the right wing is Smith. There's a three, but now passes it off to Nora Jackson. Down low, double team comes. She gets out of it. Back to Smith on the right wing. 3.5 left. Kicks into the corner now. Sends Rehas. Thought about a three, but passes it out. Back to Smith on the left side. Now left wing pass. It goes to Crawford. Pass down low is thrown away, but it's tipped off by Sheldon. And it'll stay Willamette ball.
They're trying to get it to Smith. She is their best shooter. The problem is that she can't dribble with her left hand very well, so Sheldon is trying to keep her on the right side. Again, the problem with that, though, is if she gets open, she's deadly from the outside. Inbound pass goes down the corner now. A backdoor cutting sends Rehas, gets a nice pass, and her shot is blocked, goes out of bounds off Sheldon. It'll stay Willamette basketball, but a nice cut there from the point guard for Willamette. The plays are being executed. Inbounds it quickly, but the shot is rejected there by Cami Walk. An attempt there from Pickering. Now the ball knocked away, taken by Macy Rain, and a bounce pass to Skurlock. Layup is up and good. Michaela Skurlock, the queen of the fast break layup, and it's 34-11 Sheldon. Wow, does she know how to get that ball off the backboard? It's hard, especially when a player draped all over you, find that sweet spot, but she knows exactly where it is. Now Sendry has guarded about 35 feet from the basket by Fallon Hansen. Kick past it near the elbow. It goes over to Crawford. Layup is high off the glass. Rebound goes to Rainin. Sheldon going the other way across half court, Rainin behind the back dribble, loses the ball, taken away by Jackson. One player to beat. Up and under, left-handed layup is up and good. Nice finish by Nora Jackson. Faked out Skurlock and got an easy look at the hoop. Yeah, she knew Skurlock was coming, saw that arm extend and just kind of held back on her heel until Skurlock passed by, opening up that lane for the layup. Now Kimmy walked the three-point line on the right wing. Couple dribbles into the paint. Up and under, right-handed layup rattles in. Cami Walk makes it look easy. And Sheldon in front by 23 points. Another turnover taken away by Rainin. Feeds it back to the cutting Hansen. Layup no good, but a foul. And she'll go to line for two more free throws. Willamette, keeps turning the ball over, not helping out their cause. Yeah, it seems like every time you put your head down and put your head back up, within a second, Sheldon has the ball back. It's almost like a swarm of bees just latching onto wherever that ball is and not letting go. It's been paying dividends so far. That foul on Sendry Haas, her second foul. And free throw up and good for Fallon Hansen. She has 5 points for the Irish. Couple subs here for Sheldon. Mirabile back into the game along with Fouts, Skurlock, and
Walk check out for the Irish. Second free throw is good as well for Fallon Hansen, up to an even 6 points. 38-13, Sheldon in front with about 2 minutes left in this first half. Crawford picks up her dribble, pass it over to Jackson left side. Now into the corner, Pickering. Backdoor cut, it goes back to Crawford, but the shot is rejected. And Raina now going the other way. Mirabile, top of the key, drives in, kicks it to Hansen, right wing. Now she's into the paint. A floater is up off the glass and good. Fallon Hansen, 8 points all of a sudden. And the Irish in front, 40-13. Making quick work of these Wolverines. Pass goes into the corner for Willamette to Pickering. Drives baseline. Kicks it back out now to Jackson. Thought about a three, but instead passes it back to Crawford. Top of the key, a jumper from the elbow is up. No good. Whistle and a foul. This one will go on Fallon Hansen. A bit too close to the shooting arm that time of Crawford.
Yeah, she approached from the right, and when she put her arm up, she collided with the wrist. And 9 out of 10 times, you're going to get called for that on a shooting foul. This is a good opportunity for Willamette. Try to, as we wind down the second quarter, put some points on the board. Don't worry about the deficit. Try to play your game.
Crawford's first free throw is straight through. She has 5 points, tied for the team high. Also with 5 is Taylor Smith for Willamette. Now Lisa Washington checks in here for Sheldon, replacing Fallon Hansen. First action of this varsity game for Washington. Second free throw up and good for Crawford, now a team high 6 points. Washington also on the JV team, brings this one up across half court. Now Mirabile on the right wing. Behind the back dribble. Gets it to Fouts. Back to Washington. Now left wing for Sheldon. Newman top of the key. Looks for a passer. Finds a wing to the right wing, but dribbles instead of shoots. Back to Fouts. Now Mirabile left wing. Thought about a jumper, but instead dribbles out of some pressure. Gets it into Fouts. Double team comes back to Newman. Right wing Washington drives in the paint. Layup with the right hand off the glass. Doesn't have an offensive board though for Fouts. Goes right back up, and it drops for her first 2 points of the game. 42-15, Sheldon, 35 ticks left. Spin move for Crawford. Into the paint, kicks it back out left wing to Smith. Now back top of the key, Jackson hit a three earlier. Pass it taken away by Washington. A 1-on-2 break. He goes right at him. Left-handed layup off the glass. No good. Offensive board to Winkler. Throws it up in one motion and it drops.
Winkler was ready, right in position, had those arms up. Able to lightly tap that ball back up and in.
5 seconds left. Right wing. Thought about a three there was Smith. Now hands it off Crawford to 1 second left. A layup at the horn. Off the iron. No good. A collision. No foul. And that will do it for the first half. Through 2 quarters, it's 44-15. Sheldon dominating in this one. Willamette 8 points in that first frame. 7 in the second. Sheldon 20 points in the first and 24 more in the second. The offense for Sheldon has been incredible, mostly because of the turnovers by Willamette.
Yeah, Willamette not being able to hold on to the ball too well. 12 turnovers, 4 in that second quarter, 8 in that first quarter when it really got away from them. And for Sheldon, it's just been a lot more tame of a game. 5 turnovers, which, look, 5 turnovers in the first half is great. For a Sheldon Irish team that's up almost 30, probably the only thing that you could say is, wow, this is what you need to work on, maybe besides the fouls, but they've done a good job moving the ball around, forcing Willamette outside of the paint. Willamette has done a good job penetrating at times, drawing some fouls, but they haven't capitalized on the turnovers that they have created, nor have they capitalized really at the line. And overall, it's just been an offensive rebound fest for Sheldon, allowing them to get second chance, third chance points, and Willamette just has no answer.
44-15 is our halftime score. Some numbers for you here. Offensively, first for the visiting Willamette Wolverines. Leading the way on offense, 6 points for Mackenzie Crawford, 5 points for Taylor Smith, 2 each for Sendrihas and Jackson. And those are all 15 points so far for Willamette. For Sheldon, 11 points for Michaela Skurlock. Lots of those layups coming in transition. 8 points for both Cammie Walk and Fallon Hansen. 5 points each for Macy Rainen and Amber Winkler. 3 points for Emma Newman, 2 points for Caitlin Fouts, and 2 points for Alyssa Mirabile. Through 16 minutes, Sheldon in front, 44-15. We'll take a break, come back in about 5 or so minutes, talk more about this first half, and preview half number 2. One more time at half, 44-15 Sheldon. We'll be back after a quick break right here on SheldonAthletics.com.
walked out, you're like, oh, wait, Sheldon has the ball. Oregon shouldn't complain of getting a guy who's been working with behemoth of human beings.
Oh, yeah, I think Oregon's happy.
Oh, yeah, but it's...
Sorry, it's all my
Well, they
fault.
were together in Alabama.
Okay.
Because Cristobal is the associate head coach at Alabama when he was the assistant strength coach. I read.
That makes sense.
Right, but it's still weird that, I mean, I guess they had a good enough relationship.
Back here inside Carolyn Rayborn Gymnasium, it's a 44-15 lead for the Irish at the half. About a minute away from the beginning of half number 2. Sheldon, it's been like a lot of the games they've played so far this year. Dominating on defense. The defense leads to offense. They have a big lead at half. Certainly not sleepwalking through this game after their biggest win in quite a while last week.
Yeah, when you're 15 games into a season, there's a common motif. And this, for Sheldon, their common motif is get down low, defend hard, and rebound. And so far, all of that has working. When you work on getting the ball down low and offensive boards, and then turning those offensive boards into points, turning those points in the turnovers at the other end, and then getting in transition on offense once again, more often than not, you're going to come away with the victory. And Sheldon, just tenacious on defense and very methodical on offense. It's all coming together very nicely for the Irish.
It's a 44-15 Sheldon lead here in Sheldon. Over in Willamette, where the boys are currently playing at halftime, it's a 27-22 Sheldon lead as well. Keep you updated on that one when we do get another look at that score. But we're getting set here for the third quarter of action from Carolyn Rayborn Gymnasium. As it's Cammie Walk inbound here to Alyssa Mirabile, also on the court for the Irish Rainin, along with Fallon Hansen. And down low is Amber Winkler for the Irish. Right side, Rainin thinks about a drive. Passes between the legs of the defender into Walk, but the ball knocked away, taken by Willamette. Starters in here for the Wolverines. Morris, Sendrihas, Smith, Jackson, and Crawford. Skip pass, tipped away, but it goes into the hands of Smith. A jumper from deep 2 is off. Rebound goes to Rainin. A football pass up the floor over everybody. Out of bounds, looking there for Mirabile. A bad decision there from Rainin, a turnover, and it's Willamette ball.
Yeah, trying to emulate that of Sheldon alumnus Justin Herbert right there, but unfortunately couldn't find the receiver at the other end.
Got a good arm, though, just a bit overthrown. Now Willamette across half court, left side. The ball taken away by Mirabile. A 2-on-2 break, finds Rainin. Left-handed layup is short, and the rebound goes to Willamette across half court. Mackenzie Crawford for the Wolverines. Nearly loses the ball, dives out, and now it's coughed up, taken by Rainin. One-handed pass to Mirabile, behind the back dribble, into the paint, layup with the right hand, up and off the iron. Noga gets her own board, down low to Walk, loses the ball out of bounds, but it's tipped by Willamette. More back and forth, crazy action here to begin this third quarter, and Sheldon, they retain possession.
Already a couple of big turnovers. 2 in back-to-back possessions for Willamette, giving Sheldon an opportunity to score here.
Ball in, batted early down low. It goes to Walker. Layup, though, the left hand is off. Rebound to Sendrihas for Willamette. 44-15 the score. Willamette trailing here. No score so far for either side in this second half. Sendrihas loses the ball but picks it back up. Now knocked away again. Fights forward, and it's taken by Rainin over the back of her head. The pass goes to Hansen, and the layup with no defense is up and good. Fallon Hansen now in double figures with 10 points, trailing only Skurlock for the game high. Left side for Willamette is Taylor Smith. Now to the top of the key. Crawford drives, and layup is rejected by Winkler, and she cleans up the glass with another rebound. Mirabile across half court. Behind the back dribble at the left elbow. Skip pass Hansen. A three-pointer from the right wing is strong. Rebound up in the air, and it's tipped away. But it's taken now by Willamette despite a dive from Cammie Walk. 2-on-2 break. Willamette will slow it up to get the offense set up here. And it's back to Sendrihas, top of the key. Now Crawford into the corner, over to Jackson. Drives in, baseline, passes down low. Miscommunication that's recovered by the Wolverines. Sendrihas back at the top of the key. On the right wing, it goes to Smith. Picks up her dribble, has nowhere to go. A backdoor cut to Morris. One dribble. Now left wing 3. Sendrihas, a bit strong. Rebound goes to the offense, and Jordan Morris. Sendrihas back at the top of the key. Passed it over to Taylor Smith. Right wing. Now she drives in the paint. Right-handed layup is up, almost rims out, but it just falls in off the backboard. A nice layup there for Taylor Smith. She has 7 points. Sheldon the other way, top of the key. A three-pointer for Amber Winkler, and it's off. Barely takes iron. Rebound goes to Sendrihas for Willamette.
Willamette playing a 2-3 zone on the defensive end, trying to force the ball on the perimeter for Sheldon, keep it out of the paint.
Now Sendrihas slowing down the offense here for Willamette. A 46-17 Sheldon lead. 4:50 to go in the third quarter. Pass on the inside, tipped away, finds the hands of Jackson. A three-pointer, Sendrijas is strong. Rebound, Aranan up the floor, Mirabile. No one's back, an easy layup with the right hand, and she misses it. It goes out of bounds, and it's off of Willamette as Mirabile saved it off the thigh of Taylor Smith, but Mirabile, that's a layup she will make 99 times out of 100. Timeout called by Sheldon, and I think Brian Brancato not happy with some of the sloppiness from Sheldon. Lots of turnovers for them as well in this third quarter.
Yeah, they have 3. So for Sheldon, only having 5 in all of the first half, to have 3 in the first 2.5 minutes here, 3.5 minutes here, I should say. Not a good look, and that's what you want to do even when you're up. There are still a lot of things to focus on to make you better, especially when Sheldon has a tougher schedule coming up after Willamette. Even though they have the 46-17 lead, there are still things that they can clean up, still things that they're noticing, that Coach Brancato is noticing, that he wants to talk to his team about, try to work out the edges a little bit.
It's 46-17 Sheldon, 4 minutes and 34 seconds left in this third quarter. It'll be Mirabile to inbound here for the Irish. Same 5 on the floor for both sides, the starting 5 that were on the floor to begin this one. Mirabile to inbound here for Sheldon. They're in front by 29 points. It goes to walk on the post, and one dribble, spin move, layup with the left hand is up and good. Cammie Walk now in double figures with 10 points. The third Irish in double figures on the offensive side. 48-17 Sheldon. Top of the key for Willamette is Mackenzie Crawford. 6 points, one away from the team high for the Wolverines. Now a whistle as Crawford's shoelace was untied. Take a second to tie that back up. Now she's ready to go. Sendrijas inbounds it back to Crawford on the far sideline. Double team comes, pass it away, and it's taken there by Jackson for Willamette. Backdoor cut to Crawford, picks up the ball but has nowhere to go. Now it's back, skip pass over to the corner. Morris pump fakes on the 3, a jumper from 10 feet out is off iron, no good. Rebound to Hansen. Leading the break is Hansen down the floor. Left side three-pointer for Macy Rainin, and it's straight through a line drive shot, but it finds the bottom of the net. Sheldon's lead 51-17, 3:40 to go in this third quarter. Now Willamette moving the other way. Crawford picks up her dribble. The ball knocked away, recovers it, and dribbles to the right side. Morris down low, knocked down, and a travel, pardon me, is called on Morris. She was hit there with the body a bit by Mirabile, but it was incidental contact was the rule, and it's ruled a travel. Turnover again on Willamette.
Yeah, offensive enforced. When you lead into a player, whether it's on trying to draw a foul or just trying to make some contact, either way, they're not going to give you that edge because it is offensive enforced.
Mirabile across half court for the Irish. Skurlock left wing just checked into the game here for Amber Winkler. Also Newman into the game for Raina. A three-pointer left side for Fallon Hansen off iron. Offensive board, though, goes to Caitlin Fouts into the game for Cammie Walk as well. Back to Newman. Skip pass right wing. A three-pointer from Mirabile just rims out. Offensive board for Skurlock, and the Irish control again. Hansen, a fake pass, layup, no good. Rebound tipped around. She tries to save it, but it's out of bounds off of Hansen. It'll be Willamette basketball.
Sheldon is exactly where the ball is every single time off the glass. Unfortunately, couldn't convert on that third opportunity, but the offensive boards are piling up.
Now another turnover taken by Skurlock. The pass tipped away by Fouts into the hands of Skurlock, who finishes another layup. She has 13 points to lead all scorers. It's 53-17, 2:40 left in the third quarter. Crawford in front of the Willamette bench. Right wing hands it off to Sendrijas. Pass it over now to Morris. Back to Crawford. Now Sendrijas back to the top of the key. Morris pump fakes, drives into the paint. Floater is high. An air ball. Rebound tip. She gets her own board, though. Loses control. It finds the hands of Newman. Now Mirabile across half court. Down the lane. Layup is up. No good, but a whistle. And she'll go to the line for 2 free throws. The speed of Mirabile on display there. Beat everyone down the floor.
Yeah, she has been putting on display on the court, putting that ball down. It's hard to take it away from her because she has such the ability to move that ball away from you with her handling and then the speed. It is so hard to stay with her when she goes down low.
Her first free throw off to the right as it misses. She only has 2 points, but she's been a big part of this game for Sheldon. 3 rebounds to go with 3 assists as well.
And again, it's just the playmaking. She's been able to put the ball on the floor, draw defenders away, and get that ball inside.
Her second free throw is straight through. She now has 3 points. Yeah, just those 3 assists, but I think also a handful of hockey assists as well. Been a big part of that ball movement, forcing some turnovers as well for Sheldon. 54-17 the score. Willamette trailing here as Crawford drives and passes to Sendrihas. Her floater is off the iron. No good. Rebound to Washington. Just back into the game. Loses the ball, picks it back up, and that's up the offense. Down low, Newman gets past the defender. Right-handed push shot is up and good. Now Newman up to 5 points, and the Irish in front, 56-17.
And what a pass by Washington going around the defender.
Now Crawford in the paint, kicks it out to the right side. Smith thought about a 3, but now passes it over to Jackson. Back to Smith, top of the key for Willamette, trailing 56-17. Now she drives, baseline, steps back, thought about a jumper, finds some help in the form of Crawford. And now a carry is called against Mackenzie Crawford. Turnover number 19 for Willamette, one away from an even 20. Bad number if you are the Wolverines, and it will be Sheldon basketball.
Turnovers are a big part of teams losing games. It can make or break you, and when you have almost 19 turnovers to Sheldon's 8, and you're not converting on a lot of those, even the 8 turnovers, it's going to be a tough sledding for you.
Pickering now checks in, replaces Jackson on the floor. Fouts kicks it over to the left side. Bartram just into the game, a 3-pointer. Barely takes out an offensive board, though, to Skurlock. An easy finish. 2 more points for a team and game-high 15 points. 58-17 the score. Blowout here in Sheldon. Crawford passed to Morris in the corner, hit by her own teammate Sendrihas. Now right side Smith, a jumper from the right elbow is strong. Rebound goes to Newman and Sheldon. The Irish again look to run. Left side Skurlock drives in, passes to Bartram. A nice bounce pass to layup, though no good offensive board. Goes back up and it rims in. Bartram her first 2 points. Nice pass there from Skurlock. No assist though after the missed shot. And it's 60-17 Sheldon. 35 seconds left, getting set to close out here this third quarter. On the right side for Willamette is Pickering. Guarded there by Bartram. Now left side 3-pointer for Taylor Smith is perfect. Her second 3-pointer today, and that's a much-needed bucket. Into 20 points now is Willamette, 60-20 our score. Top of the key, Caitlin Fouts. 10 seconds left as now it's Skurlock in the corner. Now Bartram over to Washington right wing. To 5 seconds left. Passes it to Fouts. One dribble. Left side, Bartram, a 3-pointer to beat the buzzer, and it just rims out.
Looked good, though.
Yeah, it looks like it was straight on from here, but we are a bit off angle. At the end of 3 quarters, 60-20 is the score. Sheldon's offense not as good in that quarter, but they still add on to the lead overall. They're in front by 40 points through the first 3 frames.
Yeah, I mean, saying Sheldon's offense, it's kind of a relative statement because Willamette only put up 5 points in that quarter. And, I mean, when you talk about Sheldon's offense and you quote not as good, Sheldon's offense is much better than a lot of the other teams, not only in the SWC, but entire 6A and beyond in the OSAA. So for them, yes, it was a little bit of an off quarter. They started off with 3 tough turnovers. Missed a couple of offensive boards, a couple of miscues here and there, but overall still playing some very nice basketball.
16 points in that quarter. That would put them over the 60-point mark through 4 full quarters. So they're still scoring well in that quarter, but they scored 20 in the first and 24 in the second, and they have 60 points through 3, 20 points through 3 for Willamette, 8 points in the first, 7 in the second, and just 5 in that third, the best defensive quarter of the game for Sheldon. Fourth quarter underway. Crawford across half court. Moving from right to left here for Willamette. Now backing down Washington. Into the paint. Gets it left side. Sends Rihas. A set 3-pointer. And it's straight through. Back-to-back 3-pointers for Willamette. Spanning Sheldon her first.
That was a really clean third quarter, though. Keeping those hands up. That's what you tell your players. Keep your hands up down low because if you're taller than another player, you don't even have to jump to get the block.
Now Bartram drives. Baseline ball knocked away. Taken by Taylor Smith. And she brings this one up across the timeline on the far side for Willamette. Picked up near half court by Skurlock. Picks up her dribble now. Finds some help. Throws it over the top of the defender. Taken there by Crawford. Layup is up. No good, but a blocking foul. And 2 free throws coming up here for Mackenzie Crawford. And for Sheldon, this one goes against Caitlin Fouts. It's her second personal.
For Willamette, again, it's the 4th and final quarter. Don't worry about the score. Now just worry about development.
Crawford's first free throw, short, hits off front iron.
And what I mean by that is focus on the things that you can control, which is ball movement. Try to build some team chemistry. Don't get down and out. Don't get complacent with that lead or the deficit is that you see that free throw go in. But it's important just to know that you're playing a team that's just much better than most other teams in the league.
Bartram right wing here for Sheldon. A step back three-pointer off the backboard. Then the rim, no good. Rebound to Senjrihas. Now Morris going the other way. Ball knocked away, but she recovers. Finds Senjrihas. Now it's taken away by Bartram of Sheldon. This Sheldon defense hounding the Wolverines. On the right side, Washington drives in layup. Right hand off the glass and straight through. Washington's first bucket, and it's 64-24, an even 40-point lead for Sheldon. Cross half court is Crawford. Spin move into the paint. A jumper from 10 feet out. Short rebound to Washington. Sheldon looking to run again up the floor. Washington, we're looking for Newman, pardon me, but it's taken away by Senjrihas of Willamette. Jordan Morris controls top of the key. Guarded about 30 feet from the basket by Emma Newman, the 6-foot post. Now a bounce pass taken away by Caitlin Fowl. It's up the floor. Emma Newman, far side layup, left hand up, good, and the foul. The whistle goes against Maggie Pickering, and an and one opportunity here for Emma Newman and the Irish.
Newman was anticipating the contact. She threw that off the board because she knew she was going to be restrained, I should say, when Pickering was coming up. So the ability to know that you're going to get fouled and to be able to adjust is huge. Great job there by Emma Newman, able to get the and one shot at the line.
Couple dribbles for Newman and her free throw, high arcing, straight through. 8 points now for Emma Newman. 67-24 the score, 5:35 to go here in regulation. Thanks for listening to Sheldon Basketball here on SheldonAthletics.com. Into the corner is Jordan Morris, hounded there by Emma Newman. Now back to the right side, it goes over to Pickering. Senjrihas thought about a three left wing, but pass it over. On the right side, Smith, a pump fake in the lane, layup up, no good. Rebound tipped, taken by Bartram of the Irish. Up the floor, the ball knocked away by Senjrihas into the Sheldon bench. And it'll stay Irish basketball. A sub here for the Irish, checking in and replacing Michaela Skurlock is Kayla Curtin, the junior guard. Did not play in the win over South Med. We're getting some action here in garbage time in this one. Washington top of the key, into Curtin, a three-pointer from the far corner is an air ball, barely hits the net. Offensive board, though, goes to the Irish, taken there by Rigg for Sheldon. Now Bartram in the corner, picks up her dribble, pass it over to Newman. Right side Washington, jumper from 15 feet out, short rebound, tipped around, taken by Curtin of the Irish. Now a three-pointer, Emma Newman off the backboard. Offensive board for Washington. The layup, though, can't go. Rebound tipped out of bounds off of Rigg. And it's Willamette basketball. Nearly an acrobatic layup there for Washington.
Yeah, it's a little bit too much momentum. She knew exactly in one motion she had to go up because she was too deep on the block. And unfortunately, without the ability to maintain full possession of that ball, couldn't get it perfectly off the glass.
Now Willamette going the other way. Pickering on the right wing. Has a dribble, but passes it over to Senjrihas. Now right side, Smith. Sheldon now playing a bit of a zone here. Looks like a 2-3 look. Back to Smith. Over to Senjrihas, right wing. Backdoor cup of the ball knocked away, taken by Rigg. No one back home. Goes for the layup, but it's knocked away. She's fouled as well by Lexi Senjrihas. And Rigg took a tumble. She's all right. Good sportsmanship as well there by Senjrihas. Check that she is okay, and she was. And they're saying this is not a shooting foul.
That's interesting. I saw her going up. She picked up the ball. And no, they're holding up the two at the scorer's table. She should be going to the line. There.
Looks like we had a disagreement between a couple of our refs, but that is the right call. That was definitely a shooting foul. And it's the third foul on Lexi Senjrihas, the third of the half for Willamette. Free throw rims out there, though, for Rigg. And it stays 67-24. 4 minutes left, and a platoon swap for Willamette. A bunch of new players in. Ayanna Lee, Haley White in, along with Pickering. Whitney Young also in to go with Nora Jackson. Second free throw for Rigg is perfect. She has her first point in this one at 68-24 Sheldon. Cross half court, Jackson for Willamette down to the final 4 minutes in regulation. Skip pass to the right side, now it goes for Willamette. Into the corner, Jackson, double team comes, finds some help. And Whitney Young, top of the key. Her first action in this one. Now pass into Pickering, right side, Jackson, jumper from 15 feet out, rims out, rebound, tipped around, taken by Willamette. Good hustle there by Whitney Young. Oh, pardon me, that was Haley White of the Wolverines. Gets it right back in the left wing. On the right side, Jackson. Sheldon zone hounding the perimeter here of the Wolverines. Down to a knee is Jackson. Finds some help over at the top of the key to Whitney Young. Loses it, picks it back up. Now back it goes, down low to Pickering. Turns, fires off the glass, and good. First 2 points of the game for Maggie Pickering, and it's 68-26. Into the corner, Kayla Curtin after the pass from Washington. Right side, Bartram steps back, dribbles back to the top of the key. Now finds Rigg at the top of the key. Left side over to Lisa Washington for the Irish. Sheldon taking some time off the clock here. Pass down low, Rigg turns, fires, high off the glass and good. 2 more points for Lauren Rigg, A nice pass down low though from Fouts. The left wing is Whitney Young here for Willamette. Pass it to the left side to Jackson. Now into the corner. Thinking about a three was Lee. Now drives baseline. One dribble, picks it back up. Fires the top of the key. It goes to Young. Loses the ball. Picked up by Bartram. Another turnover for Willamette. Now the ball fought for on the ground again, and we will have a tie-up. A bunch of bodies there in the paint on the left side of the floor. Good hustle all the way around. The arrow, though, favors the Irish, so it's Sheldon ball.
70 points for Sheldon. Quite a feat here for them. They have just been unreal on the offensive end tonight.
They average about 59 per game, best in the Southwest Conference. They have 70 with still 2 minutes and 5 seconds left. Pass goes into Rigg. She turns, fires, but is fouled as that shot falls way short. Was this before the shot, though? I think that is the ruling. It is indeed foul on the floor, so Sheldon inbound here from underneath their own basket. Fouts looking for a passer, finds Rigg at the three-point line. Passes it back for Fouts, but it finds the hands of Washington. Throws up a wild shot, rims out, rebound taken by Lee, and Lee is fouled. And it'll be Willamette basketball. Good effort there by the freshman standing at 5'10", Ayana Lee. Made a nice move.
Second time Washington's been robbed of a layup. She's been able to get it up there, but goes halfway down and then decides to pop back out.
Very close to an acrobatic layup again for Washington. Left side for Willamette is White. And back to the top of the key, Young. Swung around to the right side now is Jackson. Double team comes, picks up her dribble. Finds Lee, but the ball knocked away, recovered by Lee. A jumper from the free throw line, straight on, off the backboard, and good. Ayana Lee, the 5'10" freshman, getting her first bucket on this one. 70-28 the score. Sheldon dominating here at home. Fouts looks to get it down low, but it's tipped away by Willamette. But now it finds the hands of Washington. Pass into the corner. Curtin now drives baseline. Floater off the side of the backboard. Offensive board for Rigg. Her shot no good. Rebound to Willamette, and a foul called on Kayla Curtin. A nice board there by the guard, Nora Jackson. She's fouled. Team foul number 4 on Sheldon. Foul number 2 on Curtin.
For Sheldon, if you're focusing on one aspect, it's finishing those really good plays where the ball's moving, because when there's good ball movement, more often than not, you want it to result in a shot, and that's about the 5th time in the second half that they've just missed an open layup.
On the right side, Willamette. Pass goes into the lead. Nice catch. Spins out of trouble. Finds some help in Jackson. Her layup, though, is off the side of the backboard. No good. A rebound. It goes. Actually, it was rejected by Sheldon. Now Washington right wing. Passes down low, but it's tipped away. Sheldon recovers. Bartram drives in. A three-pointer. Washington right wing. Just a bit to the left. It rims out. And the rebound to Willamette and Whitney Young. 30 seconds left. This game all but over. 70-28 is the score. Top of the key. Willamette controls with Whitney Young. Has not scored on this one. The sophomore wing. And now she's a look here at a three-pointer. Left wing. And it is short. Rebound tipped out of bounds off of Sheldon and Caitlin Fouts. Willamette, they have a couple of youngsters that look like they could be pretty good here in a couple of years. Look at Ayana Lee along with Whitney Young, freshman and sophomore. Now a three-pointer for Jackson straight on is strong. Rebound tip taken by Willamette again into the corner. A three-pointer for Whitney Young, and there it is. First bucket of the game for Whitney Young, and that will do it here for this one. That was actually a deep two there for Whitney Young, not a three-pointer. So the final score here at Sheldon, the Irish win by 40. 70-30 is the final score. The fourth quarter was even, 10-10 in that one, but the damage was done in those first three quarters for Sheldon. They really cruised to victory over the Willamette Wolverines in this one.
Yeah, they controlled pace of play the entire game. They were in the faces of the Wolverines, getting into the passing lanes, getting on the offensive board, getting on the defensive board. There was never without a white jersey wherever the ball was. And when you're playing ball lockdown defense, ball hawking in the lanes, and really just hitting on all cylinders on the offensive end, you're going to find a way to win. And the Wolverines just didn't have enough to be able to stick with the Irish in this one.
Yeah, they really didn't. Turnovers were haunting, I think, for Willamette in this one. They committed 25 turnovers in total. Sheldon, 11, most of those coming in the second half, but I think Brancato, head coach of this team, will be happy with that turnover number, especially when you are plus 14 overall from team to team. Sheldon with the win. They are now 12-3 overall, 4-0 in SWC play, and they still control their own destiny in conference. They win all their games. They are going to win this conference. And look at that, certainly a possibility here for the Sheldon team. They are playing very well right now, coming off of a win over South Medford, and now a dominating win over the Willamette Wolverines. Willamette now falls to 6-9 and 1-3 in SWC play. The Wolverines, the next three games at North Medford, at Thurston, and versus Grants Pass at home. And for Sheldon, on Friday, they're here at home versus Grants Pass. We'll have that game for you right here on SheldonAthletics.com. Then they're on the road at South Eugene, and then on the road at North Medford a week from this coming Friday. Some stats for you as we do conclude this broadcast. First, for the victors, the Sheldon Irish. Leading the way offensively for Sheldon was Michaela Skurlock off the bench, 15 points to go with 3 rebounds and 1 assist. Two others in double digits. Cammie Walk had 10 points to go with 4 rebounds and a couple of dimes as well. 10 points for Fallon Hansen, 3 rebounds and 5 assists. 8 points for Macy Rainin. She also had 5 rebounds and 5 assists. A very good game all the way around for Macy Rainin. 8 points as well for Emma Newman, 5 rebounds and 1 assist. Also for Sheldon, 5 points for Amber Winkler, 5 rebounds and 2 assists. 4 points for Caitlin Fouts, 5 rebounds and 2 dimes. 3 points for Mirabile, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists. And for Lisa Washington, 2 points, 2 rebounds, and an assist. Now for the Willamette Wolverines, they were led offensively by Taylor Smith. She had 10 points to go with 3 rebounds. Mackenzie Crawford had 7 points, 2 rebounds, and an assist as well. 5 points for Lexi Sindrihaus, also 4 rebounds and 2 dimes. 2 points for Nora Jackson with 2 assists, no rebounds for her. 2 points for Whitney Young, a rebound and a dime. 2 points for Maggie Pickering to go with 2 rebounds and an assist. And lastly, Ayana Lee, the freshman, 2 points and a rebound as well. Once again, the final score here at Sheldon, the Irish dominate, and they win 70-30 over Willamette. They are now 12-3 overall and 4-0 in SWC play. Thanks for listening here on SheldonAthletics.com. Once again, this is Mark Randy and Jonathan Rifkin signing off. We'll talk to you again on Friday for more Sheldon basketball right here on SheldonAthletics.com.